Hey everyone, this is Tyler Rentz from The Grind Fitness and welcome to my channel. On this channel, you're going to learn how to take care of your body while we do this wonderful sport called JiuJitsu. Everything from joint strength training classes to mobility classes, as well as yoga and many other professionals to teach you what is the best path for you and your JiuJitsu journey. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. You know what to do. Share this with somebody if you think this might help the community to be able to take care of their body for their journey on jiu-jitsu. Oos guys, hope to see you on the mat.
All right, hey folks, how are we doing today? Thanks for joining Wellness for Jiu-Jitsu, another Sunday evening live stream class. Whether you're joining us live or you're coming across this video, maybe 2022, 2024, who knows? Switching it up today, trying to do our own form of recovery in some strength building and turning our blood flow upside down by learning how to stand on our hands. This is an awesome yoga pose to practice. It's really fun. It's really good for jiu-jitsu to be able to balance on your hand as you post and play that passing game. But let's get started. We're gonna move to our knees and just warm up our shoulders and our neck a little bit, doing some big shoulder rolls. All the way up to your ears, backwards, down, forward. Just getting that joints loosened up. Taking some nice big deep breaths, switching the direction. And some circles with our head, loosening up the neck. Start slow. All right, now some pointers for handstands. We're looking to be as straight as possible. I know when I first started doing handstands, I had a very big bend in my back and kind of a banana shape, and that's very common and it's normal to start off that way. But if we work on a few little techniques, it really helps to straighten yourself out. And I know mine is still not perfect yet, so you're not going to see a perfect handstand from me, but I'm going to do the best I can, and I've seen a big improvement from working on some of these details. One of them is the foundation of the pose. The foundation of handstand is your hands. So how are you placing your hands? It's very normal for us to keep our fingers together, but by spreading your fingers out really wide, you're able to have more balance. Also, the points of contact, so you kind of have a square with your hand. You think of that square that rests, the square of your palm, the corner that rests right on the pointer finger mound, the mound of your index finger. That's what you want to try to push into the mat. We have a tendency to squeeze and grip, and that's okay for finding our balance, but we really want to spread the hand open by pushing the pointer finger mound, and hopefully you'll feel that in some of these positions. Another detail that really helps is to keep your biceps as close to your ears as possible. So join me on your knees here. If you want to tuck your toes and add a little foot stretch, your active passing toes. Love stretching my feet. And then bring your arms up to the side of your head. And a lot of times when your arms come up, your chest automatically goes into this little bit of a back bend. So try to tuck your rib cage in so you keep your spine and your core engaged as you raise your hands up, squeezing your biceps to your knees. Point your fingers behind you and pull your wrists back, almost like you're doing the handstand position, standing on the ceiling. And just breathe here and kind of feel what it feels like feels like, and you can get a little bit of a wrist stretch by doing this too. Your head positioning will also affect the shape of your handstand. So if you really look up towards your hands or in front of your hands, you're going to arch your back more just naturally. So we're going to practice handstands with our head facing the wall. So that'll help us to keep a straighter spine. But just for fun, try to keep this straight position as you just barely look up up towards your eyebrows and just catch your thumbs. So that's all that you really need to tilt your head, just enough to see your thumbs. And you're looking up so that your head isn't really cranking, because that's going to create much more of a back bend. Let that go, shake out your arms. Let's warm up our wrists a little bit, just coming to a tabletop, getting those nice big hands, spreading your fingers wide, and then rocking forward and backward a few times, a little bit side to side, and some circles over the wrists, just warming those babies up. And think about gripping your finger pads into the mat. Not enough for your pointer finger mound to lift, but enough that your second knuckle maybe lifts a little bit. Doing handstands, we even develop hand strength. Flip your hands, go on the back of your hands, maybe sit back a little bit more so you don't have a lot of weight on your wrists, but just find a nice wrist stretch, opening and closing your hands. Sorry I'm so far away in this one, and I need to be in this square so you can see me on the wall. By the way, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but if you have a wall available to you and you can move yourself, your mat, to a wall, we're going to use that for our handstand practice today. So sorry I forgot to mention that. All right, roll your wrists out a few times. Come back to that tabletop position. We're going to warm up our core muscles a little bit. So your knees stacked under your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, feeling nice and strong here. Kick your right leg back. And then bring your knee to touch your nose. Take a breath. On the inhale, look up, kick your leg back. Squeeze your core. Exhale, round your back, knee to nose. Inhale, kick 2 more times. Exhale, round. Hold it behind you, building up a little bit of heat now. Balance, lifting your left arm straight. Balancing on your right arm, left knee. Squeeze your core, suck your ribs in. Good, let that go. To the other side, keep your left leg back. Squeeze that belly. And knee to nose. Inhale, look up, kick back. Exhale, squeeze your core, round your back, knee to nose. Nice and slow with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, like a cow pose. Exhale, like a cat. Hold that leg straight back. And lift your right arm. I'm not using the wall, I swear. Feeling your core and your spine turn on. It's good. All right, let that go. Let's do a little flow here. So going from tabletop, lifting your knees to a high plank. Adjust so you're in a nice balanced position. Lean forward over your wrist. Don't hurt your wrist. Don't go to the point of pain. But see how far you can lean over, get that stretch, and then keeping your elbows turned towards your rib cage. Lower yourself nice and slow all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes. Lift your chest. Look up. Exhale, release. This time, lift your hands Lift your chest, look up. Let that go, tuck your toes, push up to a plank, and push back to a down dog with bent knees, letting your head hang heavy. Bend one knee a lot, straighten one leg, walking your dog, pedaling out your legs. What do your hands look like? Are they small or big? Make them big. Press that pointer finger mound into the mat. Now this down dog pose is one of the most common places to jump up into a handstand, into a float in yoga. Got a lot of cool handstand entries here. But instead, we're going to walk backwards. So let's come back to our knees for a second. Just relax our wrists. We've been on them for a little bit here. We're doing good on time. So if your mat isn't already positioned to the wall, move your mat to the wall, or if you're on a jiu-jitsu mat, just move to the wall. And we're going to go to that downward dog position with our feet close to the wall. And then we're just going to walk our hands back towards the wall as we walk our feet up the wall, and go as close to the wall as you can. If you fall over, maybe tuck and roll, be careful, but get as close to the wall as you can. You know, your nose maybe 3 or 4 inches from the wall, and you're going to feel a straight spine. And just breathe here, and your body is learning the proper handstand position. If you just kick up into a wall this way, you usually start to bend a little bit. So when you walk up backwards, you want to watch me one time or give it a shot. Downward dog by the wall. Lift one leg up and start to walk your hands back. Lift your other leg up. Walk back to the wall. Keeping your biceps close to your ears. Your fingers spread nice and wide. Legs together. You can squeeze your legs together. That helps to turn on your core. See if you can breathe here. Nice straight handstand. Hold it for as long as you can. Walk your hands back out. Or if you're feeling comfortable, tuck your head and roll. Don't land on your face. I'll give you a minute. If you want to try that one again, you saw me do it. Give it a shot. Play with it as long as you can. Then when you're ready, join me in a nice low squat. It's okay if your heels are lifted and you're balancing on your toes, but just working on keeping a straight spine and letting that weight slowly sink back, eventually coming to your heels. Elbows inside of your knees. Give yourself a little hip stretch. Another way we can practice our handstands is it's like a handstand turtle called crow pose. But from this deep squat, you jam your knees into your triceps. I like to go as high on my triceps as possible. If you bend your elbows, your arms become a shelf for your knees to rest on, and that's okay too. You know, what we really work on, we're squeezing our core here and working on those handstand muscles as well, but also we're just strengthening our wrists and getting comfortable with all of our weight being on our wrists without sending our body way up into the air. So elbows inside of knees, hands shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide, coming up onto your toes, slowly walking your toes forward. Your gaze, your eyes are looking about a foot, 2 feet in front of your hands. Lift one set of toes, squeeze that knee into your arm, maybe lift the other set of toes, balance. How do your hands look? Gripping the mat. Kick your heels to your butt. And fall back to a squat. If you're feeling good, let's do it again. Big hands, crow pose, squeeze knees, engage your core, lean forward, lift your toes, try to straighten your arms. Nice. If you're still with me, good job. This is just a learning experience for you. You'll get here. Lots of ways to practice it. Keep trying. All right, let's do a couple of full handstand jumps with no wall. So maybe you're a handstand pro already and this is all easy for you and you're just having fun. Downward facing dog. We're going to jump with one leg first. So one leg's going to go up and my hips are what I'm thinking about throwing up first. So I'm jumping. I'm not thinking about kicking my legs. I'm thinking about throwing my hips up into the air. So just on one leg up. Lean forward, look in between your thumbs. Keep your biceps to your ears. Deep breath. Switch legs. Left leg up. Lean forward. Elevate hips. Bring your hips above your shoulders. Keep breathing. If you want to try the next one, this is the more advanced one, jumping with two legs. Downward dog with your feet close to each other. Bending your knees. Keep that gaze locked in between your thumbs. Jump with your hips. Keeping your knees bent. Or if you want, try to straighten your legs. Nice job. Lay down on your belly. Face to the left side. Arms to your side. Take some deep breaths. If you stay with me, you'll probably work pretty hard. Good job. Now we'll do a couple of recovery poses to end the class. Rolling onto your back. I'm going to do a 180, but you can just roll over one shoulder onto your back. Take some deep breaths here. Let your feet open up outside. Legs spread a little bit wide. Palms facing up. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath your back. Adjust your head so it feels like your chin is just a little bit tucked. The neck is getting a little bit of extension. Breathe. It's fun to fly. Bend both of your knees. Hug them into your chest, towards your armpits. Maybe even wrap around. Nice restorative pose here. Keep breathing. On your left knee, straighten your right leg. One-legged stretch. Pose. Good for your spine because you invert the gravity that's flat. Orientation. You're still engaging those muscles yourself straight, so helps keep your spine young and healthy. Young. Foot, your hips to the left a little bit. Going into a twist, just letting your legs knees fall on your right, left arm go to the T. Hand can be in the T or on your knees. Just a nice, gentle, even spinal twist. Big, deep breath. Back, straighten your left leg, hug your right knee. Okay. A couple of other gyms as well where walking on your hands was a part of the warm-ups and something that sometimes you have to be able to walk on your hands across the mats to get your glute up. And walking on your hands is a lot easier than standing on your hands. So if you're practicing handstands, you can also practice handstand walks, and it's one way to not fall out of a handstand, but holding a still handstand is much more difficult. But they're both good, both fun. Keep your straight leg together. Twisting to the left side, use your left foot pressing into the mat, scoot your hips to the right, and then legs fall to the left. Whatever position feels good. Keep your shoulders heavy and flat on the mat. Arms can be 90 degrees or 15. Just breathing and breathing. Any way you find it, these restorative poses. End of our practice. Deep breath. Sometimes we hold tension in our hands, our face, or our feet. Try to relax those places. You don't need any muscle engagement in the face. Alright, walk your hips back to center. We'll just rock and roll ourselves up to a seated, grabbing your shins or behind your thighs. Massage your spine as you roll up to a seat. Perfect timing. 20 minutes of fun. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you had fun. Again, my name is Tyler for Wellness for Jiu-Jitsu. We do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Hope you can join us in the future if you're not catching this live. If you did enjoy it, this is a donation-based class, so we have links at the bottom that'll give you the ability to send us a couple bucks. We appreciate anything you can get, of course, but also just share it with your friends. Whatever way you can, give us a subscription. That helps us out too. And click the like button at least. All right, guys. Peace, loose, namaste. Okay.